Welcome to the CCP Reality Check special series, Talking Points, Episode 3. I am your host, David Starwatcher. So for today, we are going to looking into the white paper revolution, and there is something we can do to support the anti-CCP protesters in China. The background of the white paper revolution is from the CCP's zero-COVID policy, which destroyed the economy and making a lot of people losing their jobs. While at the same time, people were locked into their own houses without or had very limited access to basic necessities. And these necessities include emergency medical care. So the event sparked the revolution is a fire in Urumqi, Xinjiang, where 10 people were burnt to death and 9 were injured. These people were all locked inside their own apartments at the time of fire. And the rescue efforts are being hindered because of the measures of the zero-COVID policy. Among the deaths, there's a toddler who did not enjoy the experience the world before the pandemic. And people who are posting the video to commemorate the incident were arrested. So let's review some of the clips and the movement. The first clip is filmed in Beijing, where people are holding up white papers in solidarity with the white paper revolution. Drivers who are driving beneath the pedestrian bridge are honking their horns to stand in solidarity with the protesters who are protesting on the bridge. Second clip is actually, wait for it, the second clip is actually filmed in Shanghai, where people are started chanting, "Down with the CCP, down with Xi Jinping, and we don't want dictators, we want real voting rights." People are demanding an end to the CCP dictatorial ruling that has lasted for over 70 years. So you may want to ask, what is the situation now and what will happen next? The CCP had already arrested tens of thousands of protesters at this point, while they are still planning and they are preparing to use the same tactics of having tanks and armored vehicles to crush the protests like they did in Tiananmen Square back in 1989. And the most important thing, Xi wants to keep pushing this atrocious policy, and he wanted to propose it as the final solution of the world's problem. That means he's trying to push it to the rest of the world. So let's take a look at the long list of evil tracks of the CCP. Since the CCP's formation in 1921, the CCP has already killed hundreds of millions of people, maimed and tortured billions. The land reform movement, the millions of troops, the Korean War, simply because of the alleged question of loyalty, tens of millions of people who died during the man-made the 3-year Great Chinese Hunger, the Cultural Revolution. The list continues by the CCP aiding communist parties in North Korea, North Vietnam, Cambodia, and even the East Germany. While the Chinese people were suffering from hunger at the time, the family planning policy which created a lot of forced abortion, the intentional creation and purposeful release of the SARS-CoV-2 by the CCP, and until today, the zero-COVID policy. So you may want to ask what we can do to help to support the anti-CCP protests in China. Well, number one, stop investing our pension funds into these extremely risky CCP entities, which forge nearly all of their financial data and reports. That basically means these entities are designed to be purposefully to be imploded at the end of the day, so that these pension funds will go away along with the death of these entities. That means no return of investment in the end. Second, law firms need to stop their collusion. They're colluding with the CCP, need to stop using the CCP's forged data to drain the US money, and stop persecuting the anti-CCP dissidents. Third one will be investigate spies such as Weijian Shan and Bruno Wu, of whom we have already reviewed in the past episode of the live stream. Investigate law firms and other entities which help the CCP openly or secretly. The list goes on. Stop giving technological support to the CCP, which formed the backbone of the CCP's massive surveillance and censorship programs. The media need to stop acting as CCP's advertising agents, and major technological platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, need to stop blocking the anti-CCP voices. The lobbyists should stop lobbying on behalf of the CCP. And you may want to ask, why? Because the communism is so evil, it will spread like cancer. It certainly threatens the freedom and democracy you and I all enjoy today. So at the end of the day, the conclusion is we can help. We listed a lot of things we can do. Thank you very much for joining me. Please stay tuned of the updates of event and follow us on Getter, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you.